Um, are you, are you looking at me? Are you don't look at me. Are you looking at me? I don't see there's nobody behind you. You're looking at me, aren't you? Don't do that. Don't look at me. Don't look you're still doing it. Why are you doing it? Why are you looking how are you looking at me? You're actually looking at me. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Um, how are you looking at me? No, 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 no. I don't. Not with your eyes. Like I mean, I need you to tell me exactly. Don't play games. Don't try to be cute. I don't just like don't try to act like that you just looked and you saw me and that's it. And that ship has sailed. You have been staring, looking right at me for like minutes now, over a minute now. And it's people can't do that. Normal people cannot do that. You are not normal. You're not a normal person. What are you? Mm-mm, that's no, that's not a person is not an answer. I said that you're a person. I know that you're a person, but you're not a normal person. So you don't get to tell me that you're just a person because a person, just a person, is not an answer that has any kind of explanation for how you are looking at me. I have been near normal people. I've been near just a person plenty of times in my entire existence, and none of them has ever Fey, you have Fey blood. You have something like some dormant gift, something like that. Somebody cursed you, somebody blessed you. Did you need something given to you by a Fey? Is that what is happening? How can you see me? You've been hanging around any like glowing streams or anything, or just mushroom circles. That there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some reason for this. The veil doesn't just, slip. The veil doesn't just drop for no reason, right? It's something happens for it to drop. So, yeah, not for somebody who is, you know, normal, a normal person, just a person, as you say, just a person. That doesn't happen. The veil does not drop for just a person. So, what what exactly is going on? I I I I I don't mean it like I I don't mean this like an insult, but like you're human, right? You're you're fully human. I'm certain you're fully like I would know if you weren't human. I I mean, maybe I wouldn't know if there were a little bit like trace elements of fate, but but you're human, and I've been around a long time. I've been around long enough to know when I'm looking at a human, I'm not looking at a human, and I want. So, how long? How long have you been? How long have you been able to? Oh, seriously? So, uh huh. That's longer than I expected you to have noticed. Hmm. How long? What? How long for me? What? Oh, how long? How long have I? Yeah. How long have I been? Well, I suppose I attached to you like 2.5 years ago. Uh, yeah, yeah. That's how it works with us with pukas. I mean, we don't like choose people. Really, you kind of just attach to them. Like somebody just has a certain some quality that pulls to you, and you had that quality. So like so like I stumbled upon you about 2.5 years ago, and I just did a few things like that first week. I just kind of moved your keys a little bit. You were heading off. You were heading off to a job interview, and you had forgotten your resume. So you're running late, and I knew you were stressed, and you just forgot it. You left it right there on the counter. So I moved your keys so that you couldn't leave without them, and you would have to go back and look for your keys. When you were looking for your keys, you found your resume. So you're welcome. Uh, No, no, I know you. I know you don't. I know you don't. You're not. You didn't see me because you weren't supposed to see me. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to see me. You're not supposed to know. I'm not supposed to be seen. I'm just supposed to, you know, move through your life like an invisible current. You know, like that. Being helpful when I feel like it. Or being mischievous when I'm bored. Uh, I tell you what, have you ever seen the movie Harvey? It's an old Jimmy Stewart classic, and they kind of nailed it. Puka, from old Celtic mythology, a fairy spirit in animal form, always very large. The puka appears here and there, now and again, from this one to that one at its own caprice. A benign but mischievous creature, very fond of rumpots, crackpots, and how are you, Mr. Wilson? Mr. Wilson is the name of the character that Jimmy Stewart played. In the movie, he was reading from an encyclopedia, and the Pooka had played a prank on him because that's what we do. We play pranks, benign but mischievous. Also helpful. We're helpful, very helpful, as you have seen with the keys, right? But at least thinking about that scene, it could give me a clue as to why you're able to see me when other people can't. Well, rumpots, crackpots. uh, Maybe you're insane. Maybe you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. You tell me. Mm. No, no, I don't think that you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, actually. Uh, but you could still be insane. Yeah. And look, on the bright side, you may be seeing things that nobody else can see, but I am, in fact, real, so at least you've got that. Okay, fine. Well, you tell me why you can see me then. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. You just keep staring at me like I'm, visible and not helping here. You're giving me nothing to work with. And could you please also just stop looking directly at me? It's unnerving, okay? Eye contact is very difficult for a lot of people, but for Pukas especially. We're not accustomed to being seen, period. Forget about having eye contact. That's not okay. It's kind of aggressive of you, frankly. It's feeling a little aggressive. So could you? All right, thank you for not. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this, frankly. I don't know what to do with this. I'm frankly having a little bit of a crisis here, and you looking directly at me doesn't make it better. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over this. You're gonna tell me very specifically when this started, how it started, when you could see me initially. Was it sudden? Did it build gradually? Was I just there one day? Did I slowly fade into existence for you? Have you always been able to see things that other people couldn't? Or is this just starting with me? Okay, so just me. So just like only me? Just me? Huh. Okay, so that is not a gift. It's also not a curse. Otherwise you would see more than just me. Oh, Yeah, there's all kinds of nightmare-looking creatures around that you know what? Forget I said that. They're just okay, scary looking isn't the same as scary, right? Don't worry about it. Anyway, I would recognize if you had a curse or a gift, it's a magic thing that just lingers with you. And also not fey blood, I don't think. Or if you have fey blood, it's so little as to not be able to induce this kind of effect. Not borrowed sight. You would know if it were borrowed sight because you would borrow the sight. And whatever this is, it's something. Frankly, it's something new to me. Something I don't know how to define. I don't have any way to define it, and I hate not being able to define things. So, you know what I am, right? Okay, so you know that I'm a puka. Do you know what pukas are made of? All fey creatures are made of magic. We don't just have magic, we are created of magic. With pukas, it's sort of a chaotic magic. It's wild. It's the magic of possibilities. It's it's the magic of what could be. I've been around for so long. I have seen so many things. I know this world better than most creatures alive. But I don't know what's going on here. You just sitting there, completely human, absolutely and inexplicably having somehow torn a hole through the veil, through the most basic rule that I know that those without magic cannot see magic. You can only see the effects of magic. But that is apparently not true of you. That is clearly not true of you because you see the magic, you see me. And I am never seen. Not by humans. When I'm alone in a room with humans, I may as well be alone in a room. I'm I'm usually alone in a room, watching people laugh at something funny, not being able to just participate in it. Watching people contribute to conversations and having insight and humor and something to say and something to hear and just not being able to join in on that. I no, I was I'm I'm not no, I'm not looking for sympathy. Keep it to yourself. I don't need your pity. I am an ancient and powerful being. I was a I spent most of last week as a horse, running around the park. I am fine. Before that, I was a bird, a very large bird. People definitely felt the wind from my wings as I flapped, but they just thought it was a breeze. But point being, I don't need your sympathy or your pity. I am fine. Uh, I just yeah, I was just I just wanted you to understand, right? What I'm saying is that people don't see me. This doesn't happen. You shouldn't be happening like this. I was about to knock your coffee off the counter. That's what I was doing when you looked up. Yeah, I was just bored. I was sitting there right on the edge of the counter, and I was bored. And you always make that that exasperated little that little sigh, that little noise that you do when I do something like that. And I like that noise, that little huff that you do when you kinda, like, chuckle to yourself a little bit, you know? Exasperated, but laughing and I made you do it 6 times this week. I mean, I wasn't counting, I wasn't keeping count or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I just know. It I was not keeping count of how many times she did that little chuckle, sigh, huff of laughter, whatever it is. I'm rambling. I don't ramble. This is your fault. You're making me ramble. Why aren't you afraid of me? You're human. You should be afraid of me. When humans are confronted with evidence of another world existing beyond their realm of understanding, they there's a process. There's that whole like denial, fear, whatever it is. It's death, but in reverse. Things opening up as opposed to things ending, and but fear, or aggression. There's fight, flight, freeze, fawn. A lot of people fawn. I love the fawn. I love the fawn. But you're not doing any of that. You're just feh. Apparently, we're going to have to add another F word to the fear response. There's fight, flight, fawn, freeze, or just feh. Why? Why aren't you afraid? Why aren't you? You're being too calm, and you're still looking at me. You keep looking at me as if I said something interesting, or I didn't say something interesting. I said something alarming. I told you that you have been haunted by an invisible 6-foot creature. You're. I've been doing it for years, and you are just blasé about it. You should be alarmed. You should be frightened. You should. What do you mean you knew? Well, what are you talking about? You knew. You didn't know. How could you know? Okay, so you knew something, but you didn't and you just let me you didn't try to stop or find out, or you just like you just left out the coffee on purpose, like you just left the cup on the counter, right? Knowing that I was gonna like knock it off at some point. You just kept leaving it out for me to knock off like you thought I might like the what you were trying to what did uh, what it well, yes, I did like it. I said I liked it. I said I liked not the not the knocking the coffee cup part off, but that little huff of laughter that you did. I said I liked that little huff of I said laughter. I meant exasperation. You were huffing in exasperation, weren't you? All right, fine. That was actually very stupid, but also it's actually kind of that's actually very sweet. You are an absolute wreck of a human being. You realize that, right? You're a very broken person to have left out a coffee mug for a puka to knock over. You didn't even know what I was, did you? You just knew something was there and you wanted me to feel amused. Hmm. You know, like I said, not always mischievous. I I used to sit at the end of your bed when you were going through that rough patch. And I knew that you couldn't see me, but I would just sit there and I don't know what I was thinking, what I thought I would do, because pukas aren't like, we're not that kind of fae. We play harmless pranks. We cause a little trouble. Sometimes we give a little hand, but we don't just, sit with people. But you would get very quiet and just sit and stay. And I was curious. Well, maybe I just told myself I was curious. Yeah, I told myself I was, observing, I was researching, because that's the way to best know how to prank you, right? But it wasn't research. It wasn't research. It was you going through a rough time, and I just wanted to be there and make sure that you were okay. You're not going to tell me why you can see me, are you? You're just going to sit there doing impossible things and looking at me in the face. I'm just going to have to accept that some things aren't meant to be known. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate everything that doesn't make sense to me. But this one, actually, okay, maybe I can live with this one. I will have you know, though, I'm not like a benevolent, helpful, creature. I'm not like a brownie who's going to come in here and clean your house or something like that. Like, I am chaotic. I am old, and I will absolutely still knock your coffee off the counter, and probably more now, just to be contrary, because I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this, whatever this is. I've never done this. I've never been seen. I don't know what the rules are to being seen. I'm not sure there are any rules to being seen, but if there are rules to being seen, I don't know what they are. Uh, I've just been here being invisible for 2.5 years, and you, maybe apparently less than 2.5 years, because you clearly can see me. You have a very strange effect. You have a very strange effect on me, and I want you to know that I'm normally I'm very put together. Normally I'm very in control. I can be a menace. I will have you know. I am. I, I've been rambling for almost half an hour. Is what I am. I'm going to be so very annoyed with myself for this later. Hmm. What are you doing? No, don't go anywhere. No. Well, no, I don't need to be alone. No, I'm not saying that I need to be alone. I mean, I'm normally, I just, I would like you to stay here in the room with me for just, for a little while, and I just want to, research, you know, observe you observing me. Uh, I just want to know I just want to know what it feels like. Uh, to be seen. How does it feel? It feels strange, but I I think I like it. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of the story. I think that this sounds like a good candidate for a spicy story over on Patreon, don't you think? A, an invisible creature with a mischievous streak seems like it could be very fun to play in a spicy extension. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's what's going to happen. This is going to be the character for this Sunday's spicy character on Patreon. Thank you for helping me come to that conclusion. While I talked out loud to myself. Anyway, thank you all so very much for your attention, for your time, for your likes, for your subscriptions, for your members. So many people over on Throne this week. Thank you so much. And I hope you will be as good to yourselves as you are to me. I will talk to you guys later. Take care.